bottom tower is under attack.
In the meantime, and the TPs into the trees. They're keeping themselves hidden. So Ramses waits for the second TP. He wants Roger to be there because he wants to surprise Laguna Blade to connect it to the Life Stealer, and they're waiting him out. There's your range TP out. Can you Laguna and kill him? They're waiting for it, but it won't be enough.
He had Lincoln's ready.
That's
no
right.
breaker. They had no roar and they had no Shadow Demon position with the Demonic Purge. If they did, that's dead. They do get out. They got some good damage on the tower. 1/3 of it gone in that instance.
It still feels like a very interesting choice. Like,
yeah,
okay, well,
it's creative. I think that was a good play. In contrast to the last 5 minutes, a lot of things are a good play. That was a good play.
we'll take it.
Yep. Infamous got to be... They need to regain composure now. They've lost so much control of the game. Kunka with cheese, Aegis on the TA.
The vision game has also become a lot harder. If you actually look at the map, it looks like one of those like the things the streamers use, just like connect all the dots together for every single sentry ward that goes up through Roshan, up through the river and up through mid lane.
And no one decided to never go for Blink this game.
He just moved on.
We thought the timing they were waiting for was the Blink and BKB, but it was only the BKB on Kunka at the time. They're going full-on damage on TA, expecting that the team can set her up nicely enough. There's plenty of catch, so that's completely fine. They have X-Mark, Roar, Disruption.
Is he fine doing that against like Whisper? Like Whisper jumps in, duels, like, okay, well I'm just gonna blade now.
I think he's gonna probably have a high chance of winning the duel.
Yeah.
And if he does lose it, he has Aegis currently, and outside of that, there's always the Disruption against the duel and the Ghost Ship to help him survive. What do you think the win chances?
I'm gonna say like 65.
Give me your best guess.
And it's 63.
You still thought Infamous were favored?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I still think they're favored mainly because like the Life Stealer as well as the SF, like it's still burst combinations. The Legion control is still a big thing to look at. Like this is always an interesting choice. Let the Radiance burn, do the rest of it, but Whisper's hanging in the trees. But it allows for a 2/2 bounty rune control. There's also the Ancient Apparition. Like I'm feeling like we're not feeling the influence of Stinger at all, but this Ice Blast should be putting VP in a little bit more of a world of fear, but I don't know.
He's just been dying a lot lately in the game. He dies too fast. He hasn't had the impact that he did in the first half of the game in the second one. You're right. These Ice Blasts needs to connect, and he needs to be there for his team. His one item can change the game. One Force Staff.
Yep.
Can change everything if he's alive and in range.
And Skullfell could also save a hell of a lot of people too. Like a blink into a snowball save, you can come out at any time. You got stars for repositioning too.
Oh, VP are pressuring them hard here.
Yeah, they are. They're tough. Yeah, no one does too much damage too quickly. There is the disarm. Even the illusion's pushing in the mid lane. X marks spot. Ramps can move in. No one ripping apart that range rags. He's protected by the refraction and the X mark pullback.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
But he's also got the Aegis Immortal. That's the bigger thing for him. E-Blade pick up now from the SF. He's still in mid lane. Chris is not here ready to fight. A big cost. No one's just so damn strong. You can E-Blade pop him. Start stacking up the razors. Burn through. Actually, he'll jump. Destruction. No chance. Remember, it's going to be the Aegis Immortal. Chris now has to BKB and let the Requiem go. Oh, he wants to kill off Lina in the back lines. Is he going to raise? He's only done one. Now blinked himself away to safety. The top rack is gone.
That time he definitely could have wrecked him though, because this time Roar and Demonic Purge were used, and he still had his Lincolns ready.
Dire's top
still didn't want to go for it.
Just keep. So he wants to go for bottom lane again.
Has fallen.
As quick as you can, push out the other way. The creep wave going in through the top now.
VP, oh, they came for. Sure, they lose their Aegis, but they got a full lane of barracks. TA sitting on 8,000 gold. He's going to hit even harder with this Daedalus coming up in just a moment. Nope, never mind, changed his mind. He's probably going to go, is this a Manta? Is it Lincoln's? Or, okay, it's nothing.
It's a Satanic.
Satanic. He changed his mind completely once again.
Because nothing is stable in this game.
Not sure how much I like this Satanic, though. The status resistance is good against a lot of these stunts and the duel, I suppose, but...
The Ice Blast connects. Like, timing can be really, really bad, but again, there's more pressure on Stinger.
It is, but it's also a more clean choice. Now you counter the 6k item, and you feel extra good about hitting the Ice Blast in this guy.
VP are ready to fight in mid, but the top lane still pushing in. They have to send the SF back, and that's going to be a pretty open ticket for Virtus.pro to fight.
Hawk.
The TA trap sees Stinger, the Hawks seeing everything, and a quick blink away from Whisper. What are you doing, K1? So he wants to try and turn a fight. SF's TPing down to the bottom wave, and they might find that opening over on Pasha, dropping him low. Defensive destruction. Chris is still waiting for the perfect opportunity. The Raid's timing wasn't great. The back line is where the real hit comes onto the Legion Commander. She's already down. The defensive snowball came way too late. Stinger's TP out will be successful, but the rest of Infamous are trapped behind. The Roar is there to nail down the SF. They got through the Lincoln Sphere. And K1, he wants to Radiance burn down Solo, but the defensive disrupt and the distance, he's got the life. Break the Lincolns once again. Snowball, despite a little bit of extra space, back into the TA trap. Rage is coming off cooldown in just a second, and that'll let him move a little bit faster. He's not doing the TP, however. The Lincoln Sphere wasn't there to protect once more. These fights are so weird.
Chris didn't Requiem, and they mistimed a couple of things there. So the Ice Blast that was supposed to hit the Beastmaster, they let it fly over the top so the disruption could complete, but then he still fired it too early so he didn't get clipped, and he could blink. And the Shadow Demon didn't wreck him. He missed his last 2 raises on the Beastmaster that he committed to kill. And yeah, it just seems like they're not that confidence that they had earlier.
Yeah.
Just go for it, hit all their spells. They're second guessing themselves. That's really what it looks like.
Yeah. Infamous trying to be as aggressive as they can. Just trying to lay this buyback on the SF, but if you're going to use it, you may as well use it now. That's exactly what happens. Ramsey's under the tier 3 tower. Tusker trying to get in close. There's the E-Blade pop for defensive disruption once again. SD makes it difficult. Lifesteal losing life quickly. Here comes your Ice Blast. It's so small, however. It will clip the back of the TE, but she's protected by the BKB. So take the blast, but we'll have the chill effect. And, well, goodbye, Tusker. Dragged back down again, and look at Beastmaster Pasha. He has Raw, but that's very, very aggressive. Another bash off the back of the belt. The duel is out, but enough E-Blade pop trying to actually protect the Legion, but she's already down the Requiem. It's so far away. I need a binoculars to see that ability. That's Infamous are calling it. All the confidence is gone, and VP will take game 1. That was a swing. What was it? 92, 94%?
94.
94. Well, we just proved the 6%.
They TP'd Gyro though, and he actually finished the team. These guys are kind of stuck in this particular level. Their spear's just gonna roll away.
Not all bad, I guess. Did he get the kill? Magical got the kill initially. He bought out his wand, I guess. Terrible. I like that he got 1 point in Desolate. I like having at least 1 sometime stage.
It's a natural rotation because Gyro cannot lane against Enchantress top anymore, so Sand King's moving up to top.
Might as well get what she can, or what he can, right? Enchantress.
Gyro's now bot. He's gonna finish up his phase boots. The Spectre doesn't really want to lane against the Gyro. He actually does a lot of damage. Level 7 Gyro is one of the, I think, highest damaging heroes in the game. with Rocket Bros in
Radiant's
like a single
bottom
target
tower
situation.
is under
So, like,
attack.
it doesn't really feel good if you can avoid it.
And Nico's like, you don't want to go to lane? Sick, dude.
He's gonna try to get his level 6. The 10-minute bounties are coming up. The tomes are also gonna come up. I think it's really big for every single support in this game. First, we're getting 6. The Warlock getting 6. Sand King might be 6.
Dire's bottom
but
tower
if he wants
is
to
under
taunt,
attack.
maybe at another point.
Vision on both sides is actually pretty solid right now.
Radiant's
It
bottom
almost
tower
feels like they're
is under attack.
taking awards for a certain time here.
The back before the stop. It's 3 diamonds. Such like Snako is gonna go down.
But he's got boots. Oh, I guess.
Snako is 2/3 of the way to his kills,
Dire's
or to
middle
his deaths
tower
before he
is
can
under
start
attack.
owning.
The vision on this map is actually ridiculous. I feel like we can see everything. There's like no fog of war at all.
That's true. That's true.
With that Tome Suneko almost level 6.
He's gonna try to walk bot maybe, sap some XP. Golem. I think they might try to do a Golem. Use the Golem early with the Magnetize. Run behind mid tower, maybe drop the Golem, kill the Broker if they can.
I'm surprised Blizzy hasn't used that right click like twice here. I don't think it's worried about this. He doesn't have that much heal. He actually gets killed pretty easy here. All these enchant levels kind of hurting him at this point. Like, I feel like a normal enchant who's like, I don't know, 3-0-2 at this point would just walk forward and slap money twice.
That was pretty
Radiant's
cool
bottom
coordination
tower
from
is under
RNG
attack.
because Monet, he came bottom to dodge Enchant. He's aware that Enchantress is gonna lane against him.
Dire's
So-
middle tower
So I
is
think he
under
called the
attack.
supports over to
Radiant's
kick this
bottom
guy out.
tower is
Because he
under
TP'd
attack.
bottom. And his TP is gonna be back up in 5 seconds. The RNG supports are sticking around bottom too to kill this Enchantress again. Cover up the gyro. It looks like they're just gonna give up this tower. Stop.
Radiant's
Broker
bottom tower
finishes
is under
Midas
attack.
Spectre almost finishing his. So he's gonna try to catch up in the jungle. He's actually fairly farmed. We would know that worth.
We'll see if they can. We'll never know, dude.
Alright, he's a little probably poorer than you would hope for, but the Sand King is actually really high up in the network. Viper is really farmed. I know the Dire Viper can farm really fast in his own jungle. You can stack 2 large camps at the same time. But he still has 8 times and Arcane boots at 12 minutes in the game and level
Oh.
10.
That's it. For the mid kill, Atos is ready. Feel sad, man. All this missed
They're
mana.
rolling. They're gonna hit a kick on the Invoker, but
That
His
looks
position is
Viper's
so
too
good.
far.
I love the fact that he's sitting over here, not like here. They can dive mid under tower, but if he runs to the right, it's a hard approach for the Radiant side.
Alpha's almost set up, and if he gets a nice double stop,
Stop into arrow. Yeah, that's arrow. Next on the Viper.
the wolf just came off the cooldown. Sunstrike and the Viper each go down. A call down is also going to finish the kill on Airspeed.
That was clean execution.
Radiant structures are
Props to RNG
fortified.
supports.
So what a great stop by Afu. Made everything so easy.
His Airspeed came off cooldown as he cast it.
Oh, really?
He was spamming his ult.
Really cool combo. So and Viper doesn't have that many points in Corsive Skin. He picks up his 2nd level here, but he just got shredded. No survivability items on that raw HP. Next engagement, get a Burrow Strike, arrow follow-up, Sunstrike's gonna miss, but Flyby does not care. He's cool with that one. He's got his Veil, finishes well, and it kind of just looks like Royal might run down Na'Vi repeatedly at this point, because like Na'Vi's, they want to go aggressive, and that's basically what Rod of Atos allows them, but it's hard to get the grabs if Royal's playing safe, whereas on the other side, it's a lot easier for Royal to get initiations with.
Yeah, they finished the blink on the Sand King and Veil. They have so much magic damage right now, it's hard for Na'Vi to fight into them and feel comfortable.
Yeah, they do have the big ultimates, Warlock ulti, Spec ulti, but the damage I think is not gonna be.
Tree down a spot for a ward as they smoked. Now this is how they're gonna force the fight here.
Unless they split them up like this.
Dire's
A really good
middle tower
position.
is under attack.
Viper should go first with the Atos.
Definitely. Well, I mean, Earth Spirit's good too. He's probably gonna do rolling punch back, I would imagine. This is looking actually
RNG's actually
really good
kind
for
of stuck.
them.
There's
This is
sandwich
perfect timing.
between.
They see him, I think.
If they catch this gyro, really bad. Nice hawk here, spot out, start of the fight. All the other RNG heroes are going to escape up to the left, back to the freedom of their side of the map.
Pretty worth it. Zai got the kill, 420 gold. But they used a lot there. I guess they didn't use Golem, but everything else gets pulled out. Alt. I had to hunt for vision.
Yeah, the haunt was really good, I think. It also moved him
Dire's
to
top
the
tower
jungle.
is
So
under
whenever you
attack.
haunt to your own side of the map, if you win the fight, you now get the jungle that they didn't farm. So now he's in the area that's completely free to farm. So it's a nice usage of the spell.
It was pretty unfortunate for RNG that Gyro was the one that got caught out of all 3 heroes.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I think he should just get bursted. He's actually really tanky, but he might just TP out. Did they even try right-clicking him?
The arrow was on cooldown because it was farming something.
Dire are
Did
scanning.
whip level is untouchable? I don't think they tried
Dire's
right-clicking him
middle
even once.
tower is under attack.
Somebody text. Maybe they would have gone. Zyko's on top.
So that's who's gonna get gone.
Zanking's coming up. Back him off.
He's everywhere, dude.
Yeah, this Zanking. Flyby. Killing spree already.
303 on the Sank.
I mean, this is actually such a good combo to have Veil and Elder Tank. 'Cause Elder Tank's gonna remove all the base magic resistance, so Veil's gonna just become a raw 25% damage amp. A nice little increase.
Yeah, there's just so much magical damage.
If they push this tower, I could see this being a bad fight for RNG though. With the Warlock Golem, there's still a lot of damage on this Navi. If they get a nice Fatal Bonds into a Golem with another Toxin on the ground.
It's a little bit fortunate for Navi that they didn't get engaged on.
We were expecting earlier the Invoker would go Cosmos and he would get the Spirit Vessel, but as you can see, like it's an Exort Invoker and we are getting the
Radiant's
Spirit
middle
Vessel.
tower is under attack. Dire's middle barracks are under attack. Dire's middle barracks has fallen. Radiant are scanning. Roshan has fallen to the
He's on
ground.
the backtrack because he's versus that
There's the
leader.
axe for him.
He creeps. Yeah, he jumps forward here. He's a cave mystery.
Mystery's like, someone get near me, someone help me, help me!
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Gonna be happy about that. They will kill off Tempest double. They're going to expect.
They have to know something's going on.
You've got to.
How's he getting up here so fast?
You've got to hunt for the Wild
They're
Wing
looking
Ripper.
for the creep now. We'll go find it.
Scout it out.
They're sending the courier, and
he's been found. He's in. Well, he did his duty.
He did
But
a
the
good
Wild
job.
Wing Ripper's job has ended. I've got a new man on the block, the Dark Troll Summoner. Just step into play.
Yeah, he's sending
Allow
another
these
one in.
boost of travel plays.
Yeah, he's sending
Here
it into
goes the
position.
Dark Troll Summoner to the trees.
And he's sending another Wild Wing also up toward top.
Oh, he's got another Wild
He's
Wing.
got another Wild Wing.
The Wild Wing was pretty good the first time round. He's also got a Centaur Conqueror.
Them all in. He's prepared. Look, the line's drawn. Gabby's like, all right, get ready to send it toward top. Top Rax is pretty.
Is this an undetected journey? It is, right? There's no wards here. They won't see
Wards
the
here.
Wild Wing Ripper. Through
Sneaking
the
in.
shadows.
Here it goes.
Here he is, Wild Wing Ripper number 2.
Is it in?
Dire's
wave to
top
see what it
barracks
even
are
wants to
under
Oh, it
help
even
out.
hits the... Look at that. Get the nullifier as well. Not here, but another... Whoa, 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 whoa. Spark race.
They know it's here. They did see it. Oh no. Mark
Not
2
sneaking up,
Wild
enough
Wing
on him.
Ripper is dead.
Matamba.
Whoa, 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 Matt 2.
He is. He's comboed.
He's dead.
That's the one. They're doing the split push plays. They're doing the rat. They're forcing reactions. Matamba just forced to pop the BKB and just disengage, even though nobody else was around him still.
You see that Gold Swing continue to go back towards Cast. Only a 5k gold in it right now.
A lot of those gold swings also come out from those ags synth as well from the motion. But,
Dire's
yep.
top barracks are under attack.
Trying to go for it.
Probably got it this time, right?
He's got a BKB again. Oh, that's enough. Can't do it as well. The rest of Chaos, they're hunting. They're looking for somebody here. 60-minute mark hits.
Steely room, Kes. Kes gonna grab it. Oh, they found the man. Man responsible for sending all the creeps over to their death.
And they still got a couple more set up there. Already up top still for the time being.
They're still ready to
Yep.
job.
If really wanted to try to catch somebody here with this chrono, he can freely throw it onto the supports. Tims. Yep. Hex is all around. Matamba Man picks one up. We also see the Lina also picking one up on Armel. Wow.
This time the backdoor protection has so doesn't
Dire's top
damage
barracks
to-
are under attack.
not gonna happen.
Start eating some more items. Maybe some items around. Maybe we'll see. For now. But he sets a spark race all over the place.
And they get the Dark Troll Summoner in.
They do.
In position. He is in position.